Okay, we're going to live now. Let's see what happens. Hey, look at that. It's my room, and it's me. Can you still hear me? The music is being wonky. Well, that's good. Thanks, music. We're just gonna slowly mute you. Hi. Hello. It's me. I don't have a green screen anymore because everyone is like, I hate your green screen. Your green screen is boring. Fuck your green screen. Here I am. This is me. All right? This is my bed. I cleaned it up just for you guys. I tidied up the shoes just for you guys. Okay, that's good. Oh, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. You know, I'm just trying to... Streaming is always so anxiety-ridden for me because, like, things always break, and then you don't know why, and then you restart it, and then it's solved, and you're like, cool, I still don't know why it broke. Thanks, streaming. That's what happens. Also, not Sonic the Hedgehog, Smash Brothers t-shirt. Let's go, gamers! I can't really see. This is really hard to show. Oh, baby. Yeah. I don't really know what to do. So, like, other than, like, music streams and just talking. I mean, I like talking. I like doing music stuff. But I always feel like, I'm trying to think of what else I could do that'd be fun. I want to like doing game streams, but I feel like game streams are, like... I just get too focused on the game, and then I ignore you guys. What up, Zeta? How you doing? Yeah, maybe the right kind of game, but I just feel like it would need to be a game that, like, I guess involves you guys. I guess so. Just fuck it. Fuck it. I know I'll do DJ streams at some point in my life, but the thing is, everyone's doing DJ streams right now, so, like, I'm not cool or unique now, because everyone's just, you know, blowing their load on, you know, I'm DJing on Friday night, and then 10 other people are DJing Friday night, and I'm like, cool, I guess I won't DJ Friday night. Oh well. That's reassuring to hear. I'm glad to hear that. You know what's not good to hear? This chat box is like, wow, it's so big. I mean, well, we'll fix it later on. I'm not gonna fix things now. But I'm glad to hear, though. I think a big thing for me, too, is I need to start talking a little bit slower, because especially when I'm excited, I will talk really fast and just go blah, 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 blah. So if I talk too fast when I'm showing you my music stuff, just yell at me and be like, James, slow the fuck down. That's going to be an emoji for sure. Just like, slow the fuck down. I'll be like, oh, I see the emoji. It's time to slow down. I'm emotionally Sonic the Hedgehog because all I do is like talk fast and go fast. Yeah. For those of you tuning in, by the way, I'm going to be showing off the session in just a few minutes. Just waiting for any stragglers that are coming through. Aw, it's quirky. Ooh, I like the sound of that. You hitting on me? It's like, it's one of your quirks. Hoo. I'm such an idiot. Oh, well. I feel like quirky is like the nicest way you can tell someone, yo, you're fucking weird, but I still like you. You're quirky. Yeah, I'll do the best I can. That's true. It just takes practice. But fuck practice. I hate practicing. Practicing is like... I like being good at things from the get-go. And then when I feel good at it, then I want to practice. Like, I don't like practicing when I suck at something. You know what I mean? Some people like love to just like be like, just love to like. I don't want to say they love to suck, but they like to like be like, ooh, I'm bad, and let's get better as I not get as bad. And I'm not that way. Yo, Astral, I can't see your full name because I'm so bad at usernames. But Astral, what's going on, dude? Good to see you. Skyver, Astral Skyver. I'm gonna get better at remembering these names because I recognize a bunch of you guys. And I see you, yeah, but how you get better? My brain, dude, I don't know. I always try to like, I think I do best when I just try to think a little bit slower, and I'm trying to be around friends who talk slower than me. If I'm in a room with someone who talks fast, it's fucking over. It's just gonna be a race to who can be the fastest. Where did you start self-learning composition? The question where is a tricky question to answer because back when I was starting to learn production and music, I was like 11, 12 years old. There wasn't like YouTube, and even most internet forums like didn't have a lot of like good resources on how to write music. So honestly, it was legitimately self-taught, like to the core, you know, and being around other musicians to give me some tips here and there. But you know, before like 2010, before YouTube became like the shit for all things learning and, you know, information, at least for a hub of it, and then Reddit later on, it was just much harder to learn. So I guess the answer of where is I learned through music game forums, because there were other producers writing music for music games, and so these other producers and I would learn off each other. How's this? Oh god, this probably works, but it probably sounds awful. This probably sounds awful now, yeah? I know. Does it sound really bad? Is it like really bad and loud? I'm lowering the volume. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I don't know why it does this. Just for this one signal flow, it's like, nope, we're not okay with this. Let me try one more thing really, really quick. Do. How's that? Does this work? Does that work again? How is this? Okay. Wait, is it back? Da. Are we better? Yes. Okay. It's loud but fine. All right. I'm gonna lower the volume. I still gotta test the sound for Ableton. So let's go in there right now, and we'll just kind of jump through. Hi, everybody. Yay. Okay. I'm gonna play music kind of quietly, and then we're gonna raise it up if I need to. So let's go to Ableton. Please work. Oh, cool. Ableton doesn't want to show anything. That's fun. This is. Why does it do this? Why? Oh, cool. Hi, Streamlabs. There we go. All right. Thanks, big followers. Ugh, I need to. No, just stop. No. Goodbye. Goodbye. Peanut Ball, you like? Okay, just relax, gamer. All right, you're in timeout. All right, we good? If I press this button. Hell yeah. All right. How does this sound right now? Me talking, just playing. We good? I don't really know where to start, how to start. But I guess I'll just kind of put the whole song in full and just kind of show you guys what we're working with. Yeah, I assume most people know the song already. Lower it a bit. Do this a tiny bit. So you can see in the session, by the way, how I'm writing the song for this piece of music. So with every song I start, I always go from, oh, thanks guys. Can't hear you over the music, hun. You're drowning in their glory. Okay, it's fine now. Awesome. We're crushing it. So if you can see clearly, we have the intro over here, phase 1, transition, phase 2 and 3, transition, phase 4, and then the end. That was how I structured the piece of music, because that's what the game spec wanted. So, you know, intro, we have the, oh, that's just the drums. So the reason why I have things stemmed out as drums, bass, harmony, and also additional melodies for last minute ideas. The reason why I do, yeah, so I'm kind of talking about myself. Let's start from the beginning, because I'm already getting distracted with my own thoughts. So like the game, you know, there's different layers of audio. So there's a drum audio, there's a bass audio, a harmony audio, and a melody audio. And we actually kind of consolidated the melodies and the harmonies reasons. But this was how we structured the whole thing. So a big important thing that we had to kind of keep note of is that whenever there was phases, and even during transitions, but primarily during the phases, we need to make sure that there was music happening in every layer, right? So there's always somebody having the drums, right? The harmony and the bass. I'm glad to hear that. I feel like if we talked in a room together, it would just be chaos. So, fun fact, by the way, I want to talk about this melody sound for a second. Not this one. This one. That sound actually is from an older version of K-pop, the K-pop boy band. So, Andy Tunstall originally wrote their first draft of K-pop. It was actually a completely different song, and then I jumped in, and then I kind of took his ideas and revamped them. Right? So this sound right here, this like, boom. Bobby Meister, thank you for the follow, man. So like this sound, that's from Andy's original, one of his original sounds. And so I took that sound because I thought it was a really interesting kind of just a little texture to put in the entire thing. Yeah, dude. Bro Pain and Bro Pain Accessories. What's going on, man? Thank you for the follow. So that's a big thing when you're writing music for a game like this, is you need to have every single part like kind of thought out individually. Like the melody needs to sound good individually. Oh, come on, melody. It's kind of like, what up, fuck? Everyone in the chat, Bald Falk, composer of video games and also No Straight Roads. Give him some love. Appreciate it, Bobby. Thank you. Right? Another very important thing about phase one, the bass. Those bass scoops. That is so important in a lot of bass writing. If you want to make funky grooves, you definitely need to you should be absolutely using pitch bend honestly everywhere. It's I've been doing it for years and it's so important. Right? So let's talk a little about the writing of phase one and honestly the whole track. So when we were writing music for No Straight Roads, you know, the kind of idea behind everything was that. Also, hey, Matsudono, good to see you, man. One thing that we wanted to kind of keep in mind was that every kind of boss song had a recurring motif, right? So a motif is essentially like a like a musical phrase, and that phrase can be like it's generally it can be melodic, rhythmic, or both. And so the motif of this song was ga 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 ga, right? And so that can be applied in a lot of places. So obviously in phase one, it's a simplistic version, right? Right? You can hear that motif, you know, just establishing this is the song, and then I use that same motif to kind of give some variation. Killer Claire, good to see you. Thank you. Right, so you can understand with motif writing, especially with melody writing, catchy melodies are often the source of them is motifs reinforcing it, because you just hear that everywhere in this piece of music. Ka ka ka, ka ka, right? Ka 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 ka. Which I realized, by the way, I think a few people pointed out, it's fucking straight out of Metaton from Undertale, which is a kind of a coincidence motif. It happens, but still, That motif's everywhere. That ba 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 ba, right? And even in phase 2, which I'll just show you right now, it's like so what we're doing is taking that simple motif, cut, 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 and we're just kind of rolling with it. We're just expanding on it. We're taking it everywhere. We're taking you on a journey, if you will. And so that is really fucking important if you want to write catchy melodies. Is you have a motif, you establish that motif, and then you go off on it. And the more times you can kind of do variants with it, the more depth it has, while still retaining a catchy, memorable feel to it. I can't tell if it's an L or an I, but let me done it. I haven't done it. Thank you for the follow. I'm so bad at this. I hope I said that inflected with right inflection. I'm done it. All right. So, not this motif idea is in pretty much every song in No Straight Roads if you do analysis on it. I really love the music you did for the game, and it's so much fun to listen to. I think one of my favorite parts is the motif and how it kind of sounds like bells. Yes, thank you for segueing to my next thing I want to talk about. So another thing about important melody writing, especially for a song like this, where the melody is pretty repetitive, even for my standards. You know, it's like it's really repetitive, right? It's kind of the same kind of idea. And so we get around that with layering. So the melody here, we have one sound here that's where are you at? Here you go. We have this melody idea. And then we have sonic bells. And that layering makes the listener feel like, ooh, this is really important. I want to hear this. That's right, load and shoot, baby. I wish we had the vocals. I wish I had the vocals. So a lot of people ask, and I want to make this clear. So the vocals were the sound design team doing that. I actually wasn't part of that process of making the vocal audio. Yes, sonic bells. So by the way, for anyone who wants to make sonic music and get very close to sonic music, you want this plugin. You want UVI Workstation. This is one of the sauces that has all of like a lot of retro 80s and 90s sounds. If you want some Sonic CD vibes, that's what you need. Right? Shiny Charex, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, so that's kind of the idea, because we have this one layer, right? Right? We have that repetitive idea. And then, ooh, come on, where you at? That sonic bell layer really emphasizes how important that moment is because of the layering, right? And it also just sounds fucking cool, in my opinion. What DAW is this? This is Ableton. So Ableton Live, this is what I use. Most game composers don't really use this one. Most of them use like Logic or FL Studio or Cubase. Because I write a lot of electronic music, Ableton works for me very well. What do you mean? 1010 is real. We're gonna make it real. Make it real, right? And so we do it again. So you'll notice in the first pass of the melody, right, it just has that one sound. But the second time you hear it again, it's just that extra layering and the variance of the layering that makes it just interesting enough for you to continue listening. You know, if the writing's right. And so all this layering and thought into the melody writing and the lack of better orchestration really adds more depth for an otherwise very simple idea. Now, when we talk about also layering and, you know, emphasizing different ideas, that also applies to the harmony as well, right? So the harmony has, you know, this, where are you at? Right? We have this one simple sound. Oh, it didn't do it! Oh, because it's on different fucking, oh no. All right, hold on. It didn't do it. But what it's supposed to do is this. It's supposed to do this. For 1 second. Right? That layering is so important because it's like a big hit. It's like, whoa. That like, it helps kind of wrap around the whole song. Like, oh, this 4-bar groove, that just makes the whole thing just kind of lock in. Right? transitions you to the next area of the song. Right? So that whole idea allows you to really reinforce these simple ideas are so important. How many layers do you have in total? That's a bit of a weird answer, just because in this song I don't know for sure. But I'd say like in the harmony, it looks like I have 3. Looks like I have 3. Right? Because I have this sound. Right? This is from the beginning of phase 1, and then for the second half of phase 1, I have a piano underneath it too. Right? So that again, we're in the second half. It's the same idea. Oops. That change from the first half to the just makes it feel like, all right, we're going somewhere. It's big, it's bigger, it's fuller. We're headed toward a direction of like, as a listener, like, whoa, we're like, I'm in it now. I have to say it this way because a lot of time with music writing, especially for me, I'm thinking about how I want the listener to feel. To go further beyond. This is to go further beyond. Yeah. So layering is so important, not just from a sound, but also from a compositional element, because you can reuse the same ideas and just change the sounds or add sounds or hell, even remove sounds, and that will give you a much more dynamic experience. I also want to talk about kind of about ambience for a little bit. Little details that maybe you don't catch, but you feel them. This white noise right here, it's very quiet. Can you hear it? Right? That is so important. It sounds so stupid, but it gives so much. It gives you a space. It gives you just a little bit of like a little shimmer, a little sparkle. As a listener, you probably won't recognize it. Yeah, so I made that sound in Serum, and that sound is literally just white noise, and then I created resonance. I have resonance really, oh, I can't even show you. Oh, it won't show you. I can't show you in Serum because the stupid window thing, rip. But anyways, it's just white noise, and then resonance just kind of scoops up, and that resonance creates tone. That's how it works. Yep. Also, when you think about layering and writing, right? Like, I think for a lot of... So I have this guitar right here. It's really quiet, but bear with me. And you may be wondering, James, why didn't you put... It's a cool little groovy groove-ville thing. Why didn't you put it for the entire phase 1? Because I want that contrast. Because, once again, if you're using the same ideas over and over, you need to create variants. It's really, really important. I can't overstate it enough. Because having this whole harmony when you have this, right, versus that A to B gives you so much more, I guess, character and more depth. Because what makes music really interesting to listeners is often the change between that A and B. If that makes any sense. If I'm talking too esoterically, just stop me and be like, James, you're not making any fucking sense, which is very common in my life. So these are all kinds of things to consider. Again, right? The basis is pretty much the same idea. It's a little simpler, but still the same groove, more or less. And then in the second half, we go into a more intense groove with a different sound. Dude, Sempi music, I have no idea, man. I've just kind of just like, put some red dots into like some lanes, and then something happens. Good to see you, man. Let's talk about the drums for a second while I'm on phase 1 stuff. So once again, some of these drums are from Andy Tunstall's original ideas. I believe this groove, this one? Yeah, this one. Yes, so this drum groove was in Andy Tunstall's original version of the song. And so I was like, cool, I like that drum groove, let's keep it. And then I obviously added more stuff and made a whole new thing. But yeah, let's talk about the drums for briefly. I'm not sure what to talk about, but a big thing with drums, and people should do this more often than they think they should, is add sweeps. Oh my god, add sweeps everywhere. Add those boys. They're so important. Right? That is so important. You think it doesn't matter, but it matters so much. I also want to talk about claps for a second. So in these claps here, you know, I have slightly different clap variations. Usually with claps or any kind of snare group, these 2 and 4s, again, variants. That is the theme of this conversation for this stream. Variants all the time. Dude, Roomby's name's Sweepy Boy. It's very true. We love stream boys in the chat. We sure do. But yes, you definitely want to have some variants in your snares or claps. Just so or so slightly too. It's very slight. But it's just enough for you to be like, oh, I feel something a little different. Because nothing sucks more than like the same clap or the same snare the entire song. It can be it can be cool, but a lot of times like you need to just have a little something. Make your fake sounds into a little bit less fake sound, and that's important. You want things to feel a little real and just feel a little more, got some tapatio in that clap. You know what I'm saying? Angel Sav, thanks so much. Saavedra. Angel Saavedra. Did I nail that? Thank you for the follow. Hell yeah. And this kick sound I made in a plugin called Kick 2. Just a nice little basic boy kick. Decent job done. But did I do anything cool with the kicks? No, I didn't do anything cool with the kicks. I should have done cool things with the kicks. Oh well. But that's basically phase 1 in an entire nutshell. I'm not sure if there's anything you guys kind of want to just poke at, be like, James, how the fuck did you make this thing? But that's basically the nut of it. Yeah, let's go back to the whole thing. That's a little something. Okay, so that little shimmer, how did I even make that sound? I believe, yeah, so okay. So I rendered it out, so I actually don't know exactly how I made it, but basically, that's a sound I made, that like, dang, I'd throw this in a synthwave set in a heartbeat. Oh, thanks. Oh shit, Faith, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yeah, so that actually, I think I remember now. So that was made with arpeggios, and that arpeggio then was sped really fast, and then I add delay to it. Also using what's it called, Crystallizer. Crystallizer is a plugin by Soundtoys. It's really good. So that creates that nice little like kind of shimmy sham, that little shimmy sham, little again, the tapatio, that, you know, the great Pupon, right? Just gives a little something. I want to talk about the transitions in the song, because I believe in the final game we don't actually use this transition. I think they use other parts of different songs in the transitions, which is what it is. Video games. It is what it is. Video games is often a very important thing. That when one makes video games, you have to live by that lifestyle. It is what it is. Video games. But the reason being is that at the time when I wrote the song, which is a long time ago, there was still a lot of revisions and, you know, changes that we need to make off of you know, how the transitions between each phase will work. We didn't exactly know, like, oh, will this be 16 bars, right? We don't, like, what are the characters going to say? How is that paced out, right? All of these things need to be kind of figured out. So for a long time, transitions were kind of this kind of sparse, kind of background thing, which is perfectly fine by me, because, you know, it's, one, easier to write, and two, you know, it's not about the music at that moment. Yeah, I understand the price cost. But also, Soundtoys does sales, I think, like every few months, and if you can catch them on a 50% off sale, they're absolutely worth it. They're so good. They're so good, and they're great for resampling. But yes, so transitions in this piece of music were kind of like, we're not sure what we're going to do yet with this part, but we know we need it. So that's often what transitions kind of became. And it is what it is, because video games. Yeah, so phase 2 is, again, let's go back to phase 2, how it relates to phase 1. Phase 2 is more intense. I need the list. So phase 2 is when, when the robots get all like, ooh, we're gonna start shooting and just go super duper shooting. So it obviously needs to be a little bit more intense, a little bit more upbeat, and that also needs to be reflected in the sounds we used in phase 1, right? So in phase 1, you have kind of the sparseness of like right. It's a little bit more empty. It's a little just more like, all right, we're starting somewhere, of course. But now in phase 2, we're like, right? So you could already just tell we're hitting you hard with a different moment, and that's so important. A different, even a slight different mood or feeling from phase 1 to phase 2 really reinforces like, oh shit, we're going in now. I want to make sure you feel that difference. And the first thing that popped to my mind when I listened to phase 1 versus phase 2 is I'm starting off. So originally in phase 1, that sonic bell sound was actually not the primary sound for the melody, right? We had the melody was the synth lead, right? And the sonic bell sound was kind of like a little extra, like a little touch of flair, right? But now for phase 2, because I need things to be just different enough, we're going all in on Sonic music. Fuck yeah, let's go Sonic. So now it's now the main melody. Once again, variants everywhere. This is so important when you're writing music, especially electronic music. Just thinking about, okay, I have these sounds. How can I use them to the fullest potential and make it feel different? Because it does, right? And then once again, let's talk about melody writing and motifs, as I explained earlier. The ba 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 ba, right? Ba 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 ba. Just taking that motif and just going with it. Ba 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 da 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 da. That jump. That melody jump, right? Yeah, exactly. Da, 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 da. These jumps, if you want to make good, interesting melodies, and this is not a rule, this is just kind of what I do. I like to, again, take those motific ideas that kind of stay within like the circle, like da na 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 na. There's not a lot of movement. But then all of a sudden, da-na-na-ba-da, it's like, whoa, now we're here, right? Da-na-da-da-da. Minimal range. Da-na-na-ba-da. Big range. That is so important with the melody writing. You really want to think about, like, how can I take this melody and just make it go somewhere for a hot second? Just rolling with it. And, yeah. That's kind of like when it really comes down to it, that's how you get really good, catchy melodies. A lot of melodic ideas are actually very simple ideas, and then the composer knows how to just milk it for every amount it's worth. It's so important, right? A lot of people, same idea. We're thinking about variants and what we can do with the melody. So in this part of phase 2, I actually started something completely different. You teach master classes someday. I appreciate it. I would like to. I don't think I'm a very good teacher. I just kind of go off on my own shit. But if people are enjoying it and following along, I'll just keep going. Right, so I have this motif, right? The but. But now I'm like, all right, you know what? I think people are tired of this motif right now. I want to just change it up just a little bit. Let's try something different. So now I go. Right? Now we're using whole quarter notes. Da 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 da. And once again, da 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 da. Back to the motif. But it's just, we're going off the beaten path of motif energy just enough for you to feel like, all right, shit's different, but oop, I still feel this little motif coming in. It's just still a little muchacho, a little, a little something coming in. The Mortal Kombat steel drum. The Mortal Kombat steel drums. What is that one? Mortal Kombat steel drums. I don't know what that is, but I'm eager to find out. Right. So now we have technically two melodies. Da 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 da, which is just fucking quarter notes. Way to go, James. You're an amazing writer. But you can see now now we have two motifs now, and how I bring both those motifs together. Da, 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 da. Now we're back now. Right? You can see now how I'm establishing two different kinds of motifs that I bring back, you know, everywhere. Because I want you, even if I go off the beaten path and do something a little different, it's not just, you know, it's not that long. But it's just long enough for you to be like, where's he going with this? Oh, I know where he's going with this now. Yeah, there you go. Right? And once again, even the melodic motifs, ba ba bo wa ba. Same thing with, you know, oop, come on you. Again. It's just different enough. And that's, yeah. I love it. I'll be honest here, I love my own shit. I always ask composers sometimes, like, do you love your own music? I love my own music. When I vibe with it, I fucking like, I love my shit, dude. But yes, I think I know what we're talking about now. People want that they want this moment. You want that sound, don't you? So that's a classic, you know, hit sound. You can get it everywhere. I have it from the M1, which is, you know, it says down here orchestral hit, which is just a preset in that sound. Yeah, that sound, right? So to be honest, that was actually intended to be part of one of the attacks for the robots, which I don't think we incorporated that literally into the final product of the game. But that's why I did it, because one of the things that I have not talked about too much actually is how this music pertains to the actual gameplay. And so a lot of the original ideas of how I wrote the song actually tied into what the attacks of the characters were going to do. That's not as intended as I think we initially designed, but so I still loved it, so I kept it in, right? Bow. Right? That was kind of the idea. So it's kind of funny that a game design idea actually influenced the musical ideas, and then in result, the music idea just stuck when the game design changed. That happens all the time because video games. Petition for adding both Seiyu and Tenten to Citus. I would love that so much. I would enjoy that. I listen to myself. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, you should absolutely, right? Like, listen to your own shit. It's so good. Like listen. If you're not loving your own shit, in my opinion, if you don't love your own shit, like, why should anyone else love your shit? That's how I feel anyway. Wow, that reminds me of sounds in the classic Sonic games. Exactly, because I love Sonic so much. This next sound too, also from the UVI workstation plugin, shown down below. Same exact melody as the original one from Phase 2. It's just different sound. Right? Just enough variance to feel like, oh, it's something different now. And a lot of people are like, oh, that sound reminds me of Kirby for some reason. I'm not sure if Kirby uses that sound. Right? Oh hey, more Sonic bells. See, once again, I don't remember all the shit I did in this melody part because, you know, I still in the Sonic bell part right here in the beginning. Right? We have that as the main melody, but then I realized, oh, in the later part of this phase, I used that same sound as now layering. Right? Oh, come on, show me what you got. Just tiny little touches, but it adds enough for me. This shit is fire. I've been listening to Versus 1010 for almost 2 days in a row now. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. The power that part gives me. Hell yeah, dude. When are you planning to do this for Seiyu? Soon. It will be soon. Yes, it will be soon. I think I'll do Seiyu next. So I will absolutely do Seiyu. The reason why I didn't do Seiyu first is because that project is a bit more bigger and a bit more complex, so I need to kind of just do some homework on my own song, because I wrote it like 3 years ago, and make sure, like, okay, I know what the fuck's going on here, because Lars of the Start, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Soon. But yeah, that's pretty much it by and large for Phase 2 and the melody part. Once again, quarter notes. Right? Quarter notes. Motifs. quarter notes. It's so simple. You don't have to do crazy motivic ideas to write fire melodies. My motif is just quarter notes and da da da, right? Same idea. It's literally a call and response of two different motifs now. The call and response of quarter note, quarter note, quarter note, quarter note, motif, da, 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 da. Right? You all know this by now if you've been listening to the song at this point, because I've essentially musically trained you and manipulated your brain to be like, I know these motifs now, and if you don't realize it, that's why it sticks. Everything here, like, if you really boil down all the music ideas here, it's just the same ideas that I've done for now, what, 3 minutes into this, like almost 3 minutes into the song. You've now as a listener been like, oh, it's the thing I know, but it's a little different now. Exactly. So that's just what makes it just a little bit more, you know, I don't know what that means. I'm trying to melt everyone's brain with motifs. Listen, like, I've written music for almost 15 years now, and I've spent so much time trying to emotionally understand how good melody writing works, and I think I've gotten a handle on it. But man, like, when I was like in high school, like, I spent so much time just like agonizing over how to write a good melody, and it really comes down to just like the simpler the better. And also, FYI, if people haven't noticed, I often do a lot of hand gestures when I talk about melodies or sing them, because I think visually, right? When you think about like boom bap bap boom bap burp, right? I think in shapes. That's just a little quirk I have as a composer, and that really helps me kind of think about like, ooh, how do I want the shape to sound? It's weird. I'm a weirdo, dude. Like, Jet Lancer, what does that mean? Who is Jet Lancer? If there's such a thing as NSR2, you could do it for her. I hope so. If there is an NSR2, if enough people buy the game, I would love to do No Straight Roads too. If they want me back, by the way. Think you know, game developers could be like, no, James, we decided we want to have other fine music besides you. And I'm like, okay, we'll see. I hope I can do it. Let your hands go. Like the inflatable long tube man. Fat bar. What? What is going on? I don't understand. I also want to talk about this random robot sound that I thought would be cool in retrospect. I kind of wish I didn't have it in the song as much as I do. I don't like it, but it just stayed there. So I'm sorry you have to hear this awful. Fat Bard. Oh, Fat Bard is the composing team for. Oh, got it. They're the yes, I remember. I think I know Fat Bard now. I think I've seen their name on Twitter before. Best behind the scenes scene I've ever reviewed. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. But yes, this sound. I wish I didn't keep it, but it's there, so you have to listen to it now. I hope I didn't ruin the song for you. It's not that bad. It's so buried, you can't even hear it, so you're fine. You're fine. Yes, add the little character. I am at just the right moment to hear the mouth noises, and it was perfect. Good. I hope we get to hear more mouth noises. What we got here? So that's the melody of Phase 2 in a nutshell. Just really just dissecting. And to be honest, like, I don't even know half the shit. Like when I'm writing this piece of music, I'm not thinking as analytically as I'm explaining to you guys. You know, I spent yesterday kind of just going through and be like, oh shit, I did that. Damn, go me. Right? Like, I don't, because at how much music I've written in my life and how long I've done this is all fairly intuitive to me. So it just kind of comes naturally. And this is a shitty, bogus answer. Like it just comes natural to me. But there's truth to it, right? So I at this point don't think about what I'm doing. I just do it, and then I go back and I'm like, oh, okay, that's what I did. Got it. But yeah, music, video game music. It's just there watching. All right, so yeah, let's talk about the harmony for a second, for several seconds, in fact. So not too much different than Phase 1, other than just a little more writing in the ideas. Actually, I want to talk about that for a second. Let's talk about chord writing, because I think a lot of people don't think about chord writing enough sometimes. So if does this work? Let's find out. Cool. So I'm playing that right now on my piano. Right? So let's talk about chord writing. I'm in the key of C minor, which is, you know, just the key of the song. And so in phase one, we're playing chord 1, you know, the root chord. It's very tonal and very root sounding. So as a listener, you're like, cool, I'm starting somewhere because we're in the key of C minor and that's all we're going. C minor. Right? Ultimately, it's just have fun, then come back and shape it technically. That's what makes it fun. Exactly. I appreciate it. Hey, enemy, or as I call him, Nimai. Sorry. Good to see you, man. Vio Hoodie, thank you so much for the follow, man. Right? So if we're talking about if we're talking about chord writing and like how a song evolves from the bass and chords and et cetera, you know, right? That's phase 1 energy, because as a listener, you're like, here's the root key, here's the root chord, and I make you listen to that for like a long time, right? If I can play my own song, right? But we're still going back to C minor, and now in phase 2, I don't want to start on the root anymore because I want things to feel different. Let's see. Security Somnia, nailed it. Thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Why can't video game dudes camp more famous? Wait, what? You're awesome way to do. JL, oh, thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, so for phase 1, you know, we have the root chords, right? And then for phase 2, we're actually not gonna start. We're not gonna start there anymore because I want things to feel different. Right? That already makes you feel like, oh shit, we're somewhere else now, right? Versus, this is so important when you want things to feel different. You gotta think about how the beginning of a new phase or a new section makes a listener be like, ooh, now we're going somewhere, right? You gotta think about how a song evolves, right? We can also talk about layering in the harmony section, right? So, you know, in phase 1, we had just this sound, right? But now by phase 2, we have that sound and now the piano. Press Start Studios, thank you so much for the follow. Exactly. What's this boy? ARP? Oh yeah, yeah. So a little secret sauce thing that I do often. It's not that much of a secret. Is I like adding arpeggios in the background just to be like, ooh, things are happening, right? It's just a little something just to give that harmony a little bit more groove, a little more movement. Arpeggios are awesome. I just throw them in everywhere. You can hear them in a lot of electronic music and dance music, of course. It's really just simple enough. Just having your arpeggio, right? You know, your arpeggio thing right here, and every DAW has this thing ever, right? Doesn't seem like there's too much to talk about. I do want to talk about this one rando thing I did, which I don't understand why I did it. I guess, so I had this sound right here. And you might be wondering, James, isn't that a bass sound? Yes, it kind of is, but it's not quite a bass sound, if I did my homework correctly. Because we are, because the root range here is around 80 and 190 hertz. If we're gonna get super duper secret saucy in frequencies, which I can do, basically a bass sound normally would be around like, would be this. Right, that's more bass because it is a lower octave, but now I did it higher up here. And the reason why I do it in that octave is to give the harmony a bit more depth and flavor. It's not technically a bass sound, actually, right? Right, but then the bass, I still have that deepness. You might be wondering, James, doesn't that sound really awkward? Yes, don't worry, the drums fix it. Trust me, that will fix it. That actually sounded worse than I thought it would. I thought it was cooler than that. Oops, oh well. But that's why I have that bass there, right? It's so important. Not the bass. That's why having that little extra little oomph. Like let's. I'll show you the A and B of how it feels different. Elian 7. Thank you for the follow, man. Appreciate it. Right. So if we don't, if we take this out. It's still fine. I think it sounds good, but having that little thing there just kind of gives it just a little more underneath it, right? So that was it without that sound, that weird janky like rando sound. Now it's like it adds just a lot of depth up to an otherwise, you know, fine chord progression. So that's why I added in, because I recognized in the song like just needs a little something more. Not sure if you can hear the differences, but I think you can feel the difference, and that to me is so important. A lot about music is really just trying to like make the listener feel something. In fact, I want listeners sometimes to feel things but not realize what they're feeling. That's a big important thing. But look, to me it also reinforces the bass line fundamental without being the lowest note, like a cello. Exactly, 100%. Ooh, I'm gonna fuck up this pronunciation. Ilfion. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Oh boy, this is just a hot mess all around by me. I'm gonna butcher everyone's name. But yeah, that's pretty much all we gotta talk about. Oh, what's this for here? Here we go. Now we're trance music. But once again, think about layering. Think about layering because I had the same exact we have the same exact arpeggio in the beginning, right? And then we have a new arpeggio that layers with another sound. You can't even, oh my bad. Oh, this one. These things are just so important to just elevate a whole song to make it feel different. You don't even notice this shit. It's also the effort that counts. Pansive. Yeah. Dang Deletus. Thank you for the follow, fetus. Next thing. I'm such an idiot. I'm gonna get banned in like a week. Next thing. Next stage. Is that like, what, pump it up? On to the next stage. Yeah, so I didn't do a lot of interesting things in the bass in this one other than the actual writing part of it, right? I think I just used this one bass sound. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I just rolled the bass sound. I was like, fuck it. Let's just do that same bass sound. I know what I'm doing. I'm a good writer. Let's just keep making that bass sound. Not so much to say on the bass, really. Just that same sound. Pretty simple enough for me. Let's talk about drums. Did I do anything different with the drums? Not really either. Man, I am such a lazy composer, aren't I? Oops, I'm a lazy boy. I think I was like, Control C here, Control V there, Control V there. That's what I did here. Well, good job, James. Good production. Does no one have any questions, by the way, on like just what the hell I'm doing? Like, I'm just kind of just rolling through like, these are my ideas and we'll just make it work. Nogard07, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, nothing really too spicy to talk about in this section. So we'll just move on. By the way, a bad habit that I do, and I think a lot of composers have this, Kubi Tubuska. Kubi, I almost called you Colby Tubuska. Thank you for the follow. A bad habit of me is that I don't label things at all. What is this program? Ableton Live. It is a DAW, or digital audio workstation, that people use to write music. I use Ableton because it's geared toward electronic music, but you can use any DAW to write music, stuff like this. No, you're all good. Ask away, my man. But as a noob of music, let me tell you right now, don't be me. Don't just, not label things. Yeah, 40 MIDI, my favorite channel. Ooh, 39 Silent 1, my favorite channel, right? 43 audio. Can't forget that one, which I'm not even using in the song. That's just a bad habit of me. Don't be me. Just don't do it. I can get away with it because my computer is kind of decent. I don't know if this counts as a good question. No such thing as a bad question. Do you recommend any music programs for someone new to music and learning? Good question, actually. The real answer, so if you want to do things legally, I would recommend using Reaper. Reaper is a DAW, a D-A-W. It is free, it is legally free, and it's great. I've used it before, professionally speaking, and I've used it on writing a lot of Sonic fan game music. A lot of Sonic before the sequel and after the sequel was written in Reaper, actually. So yeah, that's my advice. It's not a great intuitive program, to be quite honest with you. But if you're willing to pay some money out, I would definitely start with something like Ableton. I think Ableton's fairly easy to use. I think Free Loops to start is good to use as well. Free Loops, FL Studio is good to use as a beginner DAW. The kind of the bass lines, they're all kind of the same. It's just a matter of what's right for you. I think Logic's good too. Yeah. Honestly, go to some free trials of DAWs. Just do a quick little bit of homework on YouTube of my first production tutorial on this, right? But yeah, it's a vast world. There's a bunch of tools out there. Try to see what fits right for you. I've used everything under the sun. I've used FL Studio, I've used Ableton, I've used Reaper, I've used Reason, I've used Cubase. I've used everything pretty much. And Ableton has, over time, the one that I feel most comfortable with, so I use that. But they're all the same. They all kind of do the same exact functions, more or less with some little quirks. Lars the Star, how long have you been using this program? But man, all the programs look complicated. They sure are. They can look complicated, and I think Reason is kind of the scariest one of all of them. But it's not that hard. I have been using Ableton for now 5 years, I'd say. No, longer than that, like 7, 8 years. I think like 7, 8 years. Yeah. So they look complicated, but I think it's only scary because you have a blank DAW, like a blank session where it's just channels and nothing in it. And I think if you know what things you want to make and you kind of go through tutorials and here's how you make this thing, over time it won't feel as scary. The scariest thing I think is a brand new session, a brand new thing, like new template, new nothing, and then you're like, cool, what the fuck do I write? I have to make something out of nothing. So that's my thoughts on that. I'm still in beta mode. I've been practicing with it. Beatbox. What is a beatbox? Never heard of that. All right. So that's kind of phase 2 it's technically phase 3 also because if you played the game No Straight Roads, they actually go from phase 2 to my version to phase 3 to Pejman's version, Funk Fiction, his more EDM version. I also love, so I made a YouTube comment, I forgot on which channel or video, they were like, ooh, the bass version is EDM, and then the EDM version is EDM. I really like that tweet. It's true. This is basically EDM music, but not really. Kubi, was you given a drawing of the 10 characters and made a song based on them, or did you make the song and made the character based? I think I understand what you're saying. I'm talking really fast, by the way. God, tell me to slow down, everybody. The drawing of 10 characters. Yeah, so for this game, and for most games I work on, yeah, so I got character designs, I got drawings, I got concept art, I even got, I think at the time, some, some old footage of gameplay, and that's typically how I write all my music. I'm a very visual person, so for me, when I'm writing, I actually don't like to have gameplay footage sometimes. I like to just know, like concept art, because I feel like I have more creativity to explore that way. So yeah, no, that's typically how I got, that's how I wrote this piece of music, I believe, and then a bunch of other stuff as well. Pretty much most music is like, give me the art, and that's all I need. Go. Beatbox is an online MIDI and tuning program. Very simple but fun to practice. Interesting. It's online too? That's actually pretty dope. Let's go. Hell yeah. What am I doing? I don't even know anymore. Yeah, transitions. Here we go. Right. So phase 2 and phase 3 was the more kind of like heroic, ooh, we're gonna fight you and then shoot you, right? Like ha he hoo, right? But then for the final phase, right? It obviously it's a little darker. Like they're like, ooh, I'm like scary robot. I'm electrified, right? And so I knew that was happening, and I'm like, all right, how do I switch this shit up and make it feel different when using the same ideas that I've established from phase 1, phase 2? And the compositional answer for that for me is doing chromatic chords. Right? Chromaticism. You're like, what the hell is chromaticism, James? It's when you take one note value and then raise a half step up or down. In my case, up. Let me show you. So here's my chord. That's literally just C minor, C minor 7/9, whatever, jazz chords, C minor chord, and then I go up a half step, C minor, and then we go to D flat minor. That's it. Right? That is a great effective way, and I've been doing that since I was 13. I fucking love it. That's a great using chromaticism in music is such a great way to add cool, like kind of this cool edginess and this little darkness to it. Like what are you doing there? It's kind of mysterious. How you doing, cutie? Right? I love it. I love that shit. It's just a little something. Let's see. What is your creative process of making video game music from scratch? That's what I'm talking about right now. After getting designs, do you just kind of throw notes together until it sounds good? Just throw shit in and just see what happens, man. It kind of is that way, though. Like, joking aside. Yeah, so the process, especially just like for me, I just kind of get visuals, gameplay footage, pictures, and then I just am like, cool, I'm going to go off now and write some shit and how I feel. So wacky. But yeah, so chromaticism is a great way that I use to create a little bit of darkness, a little bit of a kind of chaos. And it still kind of gives you a feeling of like, yo, James, where are we going with this? I'm like, right? And you'll see in the final phase how I just take that idea and roll with it, because that's what we're doing. Do you prefer composing in minor keys versus major? I love minor keys. Minor keys are my major key energy is weird for me. I still like to go to minor at the end of the day. Like even if I kind of even with Sayu, it's like with Sayu, it's like right. That's still it's major sounding, but it's technically minor key energy. Right? It's because you're going to boom. Here's the chord I want you to give a fuck about. Right? So yeah, that's pretty much on minor keys. I write pretty much only in minor unless I have to write like major E as fuck music. Also, I loved your song for Say You. Favorite character. Thank you. Right there. It's pretty straightforward, right? And then I use that kind of idea. It's pretty much similar to the transition of the first one, But now I'm adding the piano because I want to take ideas from phase 2, which used a lot more piano, into the transition into phase 3. Right? So now that piano is part of my song and everywhere in it, I'm like, all right, that piano better be everywhere now. Right? And a great effective way in dance music, if you want to make things kind of feel like ooh shit, building some tension, creating builds, is repeating the same idea over and over and over again, to create the kind of like, when is this gonna stop? We're creating anticipation, right? See, chromaticism, the final phase, I'm like, boom, how can we make this shit just go off? Oh, I know, let's use chromaticism, right? It's totally different, and and compositionally speaking, we go from phase 1, which is kind of this nice little so the final phase is starts with C minor, the root chord of our key. Right? But phase 1 also did that. We started on C minor as well. Right? Right? But it's different. We go from phase 1 energy to now just using the ideas I established and then just being like, nope, we're doing something totally different now. And once again, motif writing. Da 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 da. Just like. It's the same thing. It's the same fucking thing. I just was like, nope. Instead of doing. Now we go. It's the same thing, baby. I'm manipulating your brain to appreciate music. It's kind of what it is. Shuffle Robot Factor is top tier. Lol, love that part of the song and the animation. Hell yeah, it's a cool moment. So to be honest, like it was definitely like it took a long time until I saw this song in the game, and when I got to see it coming together, I was like, holy shit, this is so cool. I had no idea what they were doing, and it was really exciting. Fackle, my mind's being blown with everything you explained. Oh, I'm glad to hear it, man. Yeah, music's fun. When it took me like 15 years to kind of get the shit, and now I'm like, hey, music's kind of fun. It's really interesting how, for me, how I'm able to use music tools that I've learned over the years and be like, how can I get the listener to feel this way using this melodic writing, right? That's so important. And once again, back on my layering bullshit again, right? We go from, the light layering of phase 1, right? Just like kind of light sparseness, and now we're like, hey everybody, wake the fuck up. Right? It's like boom, in your face, bam. That is so important. I layered everything. I have this sound, right? And the piano. And now the big saw sound. Originally the saw part was like a very light, right, that gah, just a little bit moment, like a little moment to make it be like, oh shit, like, oh, there's something right there, right? We had that little moment, like the boom, boom. But now it's like, nope, final phase, let's go. Everything's coming together. I fucking love those 4 bars are like mine. I love that shit, dude. I would write more music like this if I could. Let's talk about that moment for a second, right? So we have these chords right here. That's like, but now I'm just like, but then we go around again. I don't want to do the same thing again. I want you to feel like, where are we going, James? What are you doing? I'm going. And that is just chromaticism and actually a modulation. That's actually, it's technically chromaticism, but it's really modulation. And what I mean by that is, if you want to create some wacky, cool moments with music, you should modulate. And to do modulations, you take your chord value, C minor, right? So we're in C minor, major, 7, 9, 13, blah, 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 blah. But now I take that same chord value and make it F, right? That's the same exact chord. We're C minor 9. Now we're F minor 9. Same exact value, and then we can keep continuing that. C minor, F minor, G minor, B flat minor, B minor. It's all minor. That is a really creative way to create like this moment of like, James, where are we going with this? Right? It's kind of chaotic, but in a really cool way, right? Because at first, I give you the feeling of like, ooh, we're going dark now. Right? But then it's like, it's just like, where are we going, man? Like, I just want to create this kind of chaotic feeling just for a hot second. Just hot enough for you to feel like, damn, I don't know where he's going. And then, I bring it back into that stuff. Caesar King, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, that's really where I think music gets really interesting, is when you start to kind of experiment and in my opinion, I kind of test listeners. I'm like, how weird can I get and get away with it? Because it's kind of fucking weird. It's kind of a weird moment. But I think it worked out because the way I set it up, this whole song, I think, really paid off for that moment, because we stay pretty tonal. Tonal meaning that we're staying within the key of the song, right? Right? And right? It's all tonal energy. But now it's like, it's just like all over the place. So part of this whole journey of writing music where here's the motifs, here's the variances. There's moments I think where music can be fucking awesome if you when you create these expectations from the listener. I've been building your expectations of like, this is how the song will go. Right? And over time, I kind of keep building on that. Like I can't sing, but like, right? Like, it's still kind of something you're familiar with. But then by phase 3, 4, whatever, it's like, whoa, where are you doing? But I'm still using that motif. So it's just weird enough for the listeners to be like, oh, okay, whoa, okay. It still feels like something that you're familiar with, even if it's fucking out there. I love that moment. I hope you can tell how like I'm like, music. It's really cool. So that's kind of the fun and joy, I think, of setting up that moment. Because I think this song is, I don't want to say I don't want to say it's a weird song. Sorry, I don't want to say it's a simple song, because it kind of is a simple-esque song. It's supposed to be kind of poppy in some sense, but I still want to create, especially from a narrative sense, right? Like, they're a K-pop boy band. It should sound a little poppy, a little simple, but I still, as a composer, want to make shit a little weird when I can. So now that the veil, the illusion of them being this like, this heartthrob boy band is gone, it's like, all right, let's go. Right, we're just fucking going, because I want the listener to feel that kind of like tension. I want them to feel that like moment of like chaotic energy. Happy James is the best. I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, I just when shit pops off, I'm like, let's fucking go. So yeah, that's kind of the nutshell. So talking about phase 4, for those of you who haven't played the game, what we did was we wanted to make it a calm response, in a sense that's calm response is when you take one musical idea and then you show another musical idea and you kind of do like a calm response, like right? I can't explain it, actually. Let me show you. Call and response, right? So you have this bump, bump. That's the call and response, A to B. So that's kind of the aesthetic we want. It kind of is most prevalent here. Absolutely. As a story writer, I totally understand why these moves are so exciting, especially when it escalates to the story vibe throughout the fight. It's so cool how music can take you on a journey. Exactly. I think you articulated that very perfectly. Your conscience is so prevalent. Absolutely. It's like, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, this is like, people always say, like, if you don't love what you're doing, writing music, like, why are you doing it? And to each their own. I'm not gonna judge someone else, but for me, it's like when I discovered like music production and start to really get into it, like, I fucking like loved it. I was like, this is the coolest shit. You mean I can like write this kind of music and just go off? Yeah. So I love my ideas, and I hope that it makes me happy that people listening can also appreciate those ideas. It really does mean a lot to me. But anyways, back on music shit, not my bullshit music feelings. Right, so we have the call and response here, So essentially what we do is that we have these 4 bars, right? These 4-bar phrases. And those 4-bar phrases are randomized. That's the concept. So when I wrote the song, I had to make sure that any 4 bars could be moved around and it could still sonically work, right? Like, I could start with this part. But then I could jump to this one. Right, so I had to make sure that any 4-bar phrase could just like be spliced in any arrangement. Naturally, I still had from a linear music standpoint, I still had to make sure that everything sounded like normal and okay. But in game, you have a different experience because you have that randomization based on what the boss does in the battle. I think it's really cool. Billy Jones Watson, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, so part of that also call and response, you know, they're 2-bar call and response phrases. So you have the, you know, the oh god, one is forever. Thank you for the follow. Smile. Wait, I got it. Smile less forever. Nailed it. Kangaroo puppy. Thank you for the follow. Oh man, oh man. Medeagle. Is it gonna show up? Medeagle? There we go. Medeagle. Thank you for the follow. Medeagle. Oh man. Right. So, oh god, we got more follows now. I have to wait. Wait, guys, stop following. I need to. I have music to talk about. Spooky. Oh. I always wonder how one sounds. It's not really ooh. It's like oh. Spooky. Oh. Thank you for the follow. Oh no, more follows. Thank you, Smile. I appreciate it. Man. Chocolate Missile. The follow. Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much for the chocolate missile. I better get a chocolate missile. Just like deliver me a chocolate missile. Like, is that how this works? Oh my god, I'm an idiot. All right. Thank you so much for the follow, everyone. I appreciate it. All right. Back on music. Video game music. Let's do this. So, yeah. So we have the call and responses, like the, you know, bam, 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 right? And then, you know, you have the bump it, bop, up. That is the call and response within that 4-bar phrase. Because we want to create that feeling of like here's this idea, now is the other idea. They all work on each other. Clip for blackmail. The blackmail for me or for you? Who are we blackmailing here? So fun fact, Adir, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Thank you for coming through. Yeah, so that robot sound I had earlier, that kind of goofy one, that was like, I hate that sound. I don't know what to do with it. I hate the sound. I still hate the sound. But, by the way, Adir is the awesome, super awesome community manager and PR guy for No Shade Rose. Give him some love in the chat. If you all give him some love messages. Not love messages. Send everyone love messages to Adir. This is going great. Hi, dear. I hope you don't hate me now. The reason why a lot of people know about No Shade Roads is thanks to this man's hard work. So really do give him a lot of appreciation and give him some love if you can. Oh man, Kublart. Thank you for the follow, man. Drain, also thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Man, oh man. Oh boy, could you talk about the synthesizers you use? Are you done with what you're talking about right now? Almost. So I actually want to talk about this sound right now. So this awful sound that I really dislike, this fucking like Sarky Fans Pants. I almost called you Sarky Farky. Sarky Fans Pants. Thank you for the follow. Right. So I was like, okay, is there any way I can make this sound a little bit more interesting? And the answer is yes, there is. So I took that robot sound, the Huntress X. Thanks so much for the follow. Let's go. By the way, I was when who DM'd you on Twitter, the one with emojis. I'm such a big fan. I'm glad to hear it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hell yeah. Everyone loves a deer, so all's right in the world. Yeah, so we have this robot sound, right? And I was like, how can I make this sound more interesting? And I was like, I got it. I'm going to make it more robotic. That's a great answer, right? So here I have... And you're like, James, what the hell is that sound? I wish I could show you exactly because the window won't show me in this production session. I'm sorry, everyone. But so I have a thing down here called Camel Crusher. Also, Goichi K. Thanks so much for the follow. Hell yeah. Yeah. So we have a thing down here called Camel Crusher, and Camel Crusher is distortion. So I added distortion to make it more like aggressive. So first I'll show you. Like we have the original sound. It sounds awful, right? But then we add the distortion. It's like, woo, little something. And then we got this right here, Serum FX, which is more distortion. I added more of like a bit crush distortion. So you put the whole thing together. We go from this fucking this sad robot sound to like, it's just so much more full and filled. Also, Tenotron 3000, dude, what up? Everyone, Tenotron 3000 is Andy Tunstall, composer for No Shade Roads. Please give him lots of love in the chat. He is awesome and amazing. Yeah, thanks, sir. It's just awesome you've done all players. Good. Good. It's so cool to see the details. Hell yeah. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the stream, Madeir. Thank you so much for coming through, man. I appreciate it. But yes, Andy's amazing. Give him all the love because he absolutely deserves it. Yeah. So that's kind of the idea of the sound, right? So I took this weak ass robot sound into like this like kind of bigger thing. So if you ever want to beef up your sounds, you gotta like add distortion. Adding distortion and compression is a really, really, really good way to do that. Right? Also adding reverb helps because you want to build that space. But yeah, so that's kind of that sound in particular. Phase 4 right here. Same idea. Even with the robot call and response shit, I'm still using that motif from the beginning of the song. Right? That motif is still the same from phase 1. It's just ga 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 ga, right? It's the same idea. It's just a little more something, a little more like da 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 da. It's the same exact motif. It's just a little more. Did I make that clear? It's just a little more. Oh man, dude, I love this chat. You guys are crushing it right now. I love this energy, and it makes me really happy to see everyone is all like happy and excited as much as I am. Hell yeah. So when it comes to music writing, you can go totally out there with your motif writing. And for anyone who's new in the chat and like, James, what the fuck is motif? A motif is a musical idea that you use it's a phrase, musical phrase that you use all throughout the song in theory. So, you know, the motif of, you know, boom, bum, bum, boom, bum, bum, then to bum, 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 right? And now, even in the robot part, it's still the same motif. Same thing. It's the same exact thing. Sweetie's World, thank you for the follow. Oh man, yep. And Andy's sound is still present with the little yoink. There it is. Yeah. That's Andy's sound. Andy made that. I don't know how you made that, Andy, but you made it, and I used it, and it's great. Oh, man. Yeah, so same thing with the... You have no idea. Hell yeah. That's what I like to hear. You know, there's truth to that. There are some cases where someone's like, James, how did you make this sound? I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea, dude. Oh, man. So when we're talking about call and responses, right, we have like this first version and then the other version, right? So a trick that I had, a little tricky part in this whole moment is like you have this big epic thing, right? The second part of that is much more bare and a little more empty because I don't want to have the big epic sounds for all 4 bars. I want to have the big epic sounds for 2 bars, and then I want some minimalism for another 2 bars. But the trick is, I'm like, how the hell do I make these 2 bars that are less full, or excuse me, how do I make these other 2 bars less, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, just there's less layers. I need less layers, but I still need to feel full, and that's really tricky. And the solution to that was then to add different bass that could fill those frequencies out, right? And that is a really decent way of I think of accomplishing that feeling. Cause you're like big epic sound, minimal sound, right? I'll go like blah 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 blah. Cobra, I just want to let you know I've been listening to this song and the rock version repeat next to the side theme for 2 fucking weeks. Get out of my head. I mean, what if I told you no? What if I told you no? I'm gonna keep that shit in your head forever. That is the power of music, baby. I'm genuinely want to know more of the synthesizers. I love the Kirby-like synth. Oh, I'll go back to that. I talked about briefly. Melmars, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. So that Kirby sound is actually from a plugin called UVI Workstation. I wish I could show you the picture of it because Super Smash Family, thanks so much for the follow. So many follows. Oh my god. Let me talk about the Kirby sound. No more follows. Stop following. I need to talk about Kirby sounds. Let me talk about Kirby sounds, okay? Roy A012, thank you so much for the follow. Okay, can I talk about Kirby yet? Can I talk about Kirby? We good? Okay, Kirby sound. So I love people call it the Kirby sound. I don't quite know why, because I don't know where I don't know where exactly, like, what game that is from. But so the Kirby sound is I can't find it. Ah, it's on here. Cobra! Thank you so much for the follow. I swear, stop it. Thank you, but stop it. Okay, back to this. Right, so this is from UVI Workstation VST. Ace of Spades, thank you so much for the follow. Ah! But I'm telling you, this is the Kirby sound. It's from UVI Workstation. If you go buy it, it has the sound built in, and it's right there. And it's from Planet Robo. Oh, fun fact. Tasty Peeper. I like that one. Tasty Peeper. Thank you so much for the follow, man. I appreciate it. Yes. That is... I wish I could show you the window, but that is, so if you don't want to buy UVI Workstation because it's a lot of money, it's Blotny it's Blotny B. I like that. That's a cute name. I appreciate it. So if you look up the Fairlight CMI, the Fairlight Child, is it Fairlight Child? No, the Fairlight synthesizer. That's what that sounds from. It's a classic sound. Oh shit, Zigzy, what up, dude? Azizix. Shit, not Zigzy. I say it backwards. Fuck, I'm so embarrassed saying your name. Gary, good to see you, man. What up? Use Kirby sounds. I sure fucking did. Oh my god, so many follows. The Blue Legend, thank you so much for the follow. So many people. Let me talk about Kirby. You introduced this amazing gem to me. Oh my god, the last page is such a vibe. Hell yeah. What up, dude? Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by, man. The last few sounds like a Mario Gold game. Oh, like the fuck. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Like the back here. That one. Yeah, so that's also that's actually from the M1. The M1 is used everywhere in dance music. It's like the classic dance music synthesizer in a lot of 90s music. So T Lopes for Sonic Mania, he actually introduced me to the Korg M1. It's so good, and you can buy it. It's awesome. So if you want to write Sonic music, go get the M1, because you're gonna be like, oh shit, it's that sound from that game, because the M1 does that, right? Yo, can you talk more about the synth or synth layering? Love you so much. Which synths are you talking about? I talked about a lot of synths. I want to probably strut down the catwalk of this. Hell yeah. Yeah. I hope you're a cat. I hope you're walking right now. Oh, boy. Exactly. Andy C. Andy gets it. Tonotron 3000. M1 Organ 2 patch is the 90s house. It's the classic sound. It's like, you'll hear me be like, oh, I know it's from every song ever. Yeah, let's talk about layering for a second. But phase 4 is less about layering. It's more about the calm response of, like, you know, the 4-bar phrases that are randomly triggered, right? So every four bars can go like this. I'm talking so fast now because you guys are just like, everything. This is my brain. In the beginning of the stream, I was like, if I talk too fast, you need to tell me to slow down. I need a slow down emoji. Rib 71 D399. I feel like I'm reading off a serial code. Thank you so much for the follow. I hope I said that correctly. Would you like to see a fan remix of this? Absolutely. Yeah, I love fan remix of this stuff. It's great. Yeah, let's talk about layering. I'm trying to think what's a good example of layering with synths. Because phase 4 is not about layering at that point. Shocker. It's more about like taking all the ideas from phases 1, 2, and just really culminating it into this epic experience. Hell yeah, with the host. Let's go, baby, with the default OBS emo, because I don't have people hosting me enough yet. Hell yeah. Let's go. Oh, it's Riptide. I'm an idiot. Thank you so much for the correction. A common theme of my stream is that I will butcher your name awfully, and so I'm sorry. T-Fall, let's go. Armandito Bravo, let's go. Thanks so much for the follow. Let's go, GameCube. Shout out to GameCube. Whoever made that GIF, I want to meet that person. But yeah, so phase 4 does not have a lot of layering demonstrations of how I did it, because phase 1 and 2 already did that. Because at this point we have all the layers from phase 1 2. We have the main synth, the phase 1 layer, and then we have the piano layer, and then we have the saw layer. And so let's talk about layering in actuality for a second. Oh, Top Hatco to Fatco. Yeah, sorry about that. Oh man. Yeah. So let's talk about layering and why I choose the sounds I choose. So right now we have this sound, the basic sound that I use in phase 1, which is kind of a lower frequency. It's a little warmer. It's just softer on the ears, right? And then we have a piano here. That brings in a bit more high character. And it's really important that I have at least both of those, because without the lower, warmer sound, it's fine. It just doesn't have that warmth to it that I want. It kind of hits you just a little more in the gut, right? Just a little bit, a little again. Some, you know, kind of like when you're making food, you need to have a nice body, a nice broth. I'm trying to kind of create a nice broth, you know, to give you that sweet, awesome, soupy feeling, right? And then when you want to put like when you want the green onion on the top of your soup, that's where this comes in, the sauce. That whole layer, right? So we have the lower frequencies, we have the middle to mid-high frequencies with the piano, and then we have the saws. The saws are just like, here's me, here's awesome sound, and all three together make this big epic thing. Also, it seems like I'm not getting my chat's not. I'm gonna have to refresh the chat. I feel like I missed some comments in the chat because it was not loading things properly. But hopefully now I will see new comments in the chat and not through the awful window, because I'm not seeing comments from there. Fuck it. Anyways, if you want to, so basically, here's a nice rule of thumb with layering for pretty much anything ever. If you want things to sound more full and more important in your song, add saws. Saws are this sound. Right, it sounds kind of like thin because I EQ'd it out, as you can see down here. I have an EQ that kind of just cut it out, but I'll turn it off. There we go, add sauce. Okay, my chat log is working now. Sweet. But anyways, so saws are a great way to make any sound greater. Milky Chips, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Sure did, dude. I hope you made the most important thing ever. Right? Woohoo! Stop. Thank you so much for the follow. Why did I do that? I'm an idiot. Yahoo! I was playing tennis today. I have a bad habit when I play tennis. I played tennis today or earlier this morning, where I'll just I'll hit the ball. I'll be like Mario, be like, yeah! Woohoo! Fun fact, I started playing tennis because of Mario Tennis 64. Go me, I guess. Mick Gulling. I can't say your name right. Mick Galing. Thank you so much for the follow. Was it a challenge for you to create this music knowing you need to have 3 phases in it? Which each phase, with each phase requiring to loop seamlessly? That's a good question. So the answer is, not sorta. It's not like a challenge. It's something you have to keep aware of. It's like a puzzle, right? So that's a good thing I haven't talked about is I need to make sure every single phase can work as its own independent loop, right? You know, I've been playing this song, you know, from start to finish over the course of the stream and being like, this is how I felt at this part, and then at this part, and then this part, right? And it kind of giving you that evolution of a song. But you're right, like especially in a video game, there are loop points. And so I need to make sure that loop point doesn't suck and become this repetitive, awful thing after the third listen. That's really, really hard to do, actually. And as I was describing earlier in the stream, a solution to that is layering and using variants of layering to give you a sense that the song will still change without being repetitive, right? So in phase 1, you know, we have Melly Cutie XD. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Right, so in phase 1, we have that loop that kind of sparses, that kind of thinness in the beginning of the song, right? And then the second half of it, we have the fuller section of it. The same song or the same writing, but just more fuller. Right, and so I need to create those variances in the loop, because if I did the entire time, you might get tired of that loop more often than you may think, because it's really, the reality of a video game is the player can do whatever the fuck they want, and especially for me as a composer, I need to assume sorry I have to say this, guys, I have to assume that gamers suck, and that all gamers playing are new beginner gamers, and that they don't know what they're doing. And so I need to make sure that loop, if you're a bad gamer, I need to make sure that you know. By the way, there are no bad gamers. I'm just the whole point being, I don't, just because you're not playing the game well, I don't want to make you more miserable. You're like, fuck James Landino, this loop sucks. I hate this loop, right? No, I need to make an interesting loop. So you're right. It is a little tricky at that point because I want to make sure you're like, even if you suck at the game, it won't sound that bad. And in the music game especially, and some parts of the game I think are better than others. I don't have to go into them. You can talk. You can form your own opinions on which parts I'm talking about. But some parts of the game I think accomplish this better than others. Where if you dying or you're not playing well, the music won't suffer. Fossil Cat, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Do you ever think the lyrics of 1010 by any chance? I actually didn't. The sound design team actually was the people who made the vocals. That's why the final version of the song does not have the vocal audio. Personally, I would love to have some vocals. I would love to put out a version with the vocals and kind of do a whole thing with it. But, you know, if Adir's in the chat, man, we could talk about this. But anyways, I would love to do it personally, but I'm not representative of the company or anything else. Yeah. Hi, Super Junior. I would, dude, yo, real talk, this song was inspired by Super Junior. I fucking love Super Junior. Super Junior was the first K-pop band I listened to when I was in college, and I was like, holy shit, Super Junior is fucking tight, dude. Do you have any recommendations for music making software? Yes. I use Ableton Live. That's a DAW I use. Definitely, if you want to be legal, get Reaper. It's legally free. If you want to, look into trials of things or not be so legal, you can look into things like FL Studio and Ableton, which are all great programs. A lot of my friends use them, and they're awesome. Yeah, no problem. But yeah, so basically, when you write video game music, especially for a music game like this, where the music is so integrated, there's an expression in music. Diha Doodles. Diha Doodles, thank you for the follow. Is it Diha? I hope so. Diha! Do you have a favorite part of the theme? Yes. The song, it is this part. I love this. That is my favorite part of the whole fucking song. I fucking like that. So as I was saying earlier in the stream, I was like, this song is fairly simplistic because it has to be. It's a fucking pop song, right? Or at least it tries to be a pop song masquerade as EDM, but we won't talk about that. But so I'm like, you know what? These first few phases of the song and the level, you're kind of given this kind of nice tonal experience, like go giki, go gaku, right? And then I kind of introduce this idea right here, where I kind of start to tease you. I start to give you a little. Start to tease you a little extra heat, like, ooh, this kind of like, you're like, all right, James kind of just doing this little, like, he's going somewhere with this. Where's he going? And then, by phase 4, I'm like, all right, let's take that idea to the max. I'm gonna let's go crazy for a hot second. So we go from, now we're going from, fuck. Right? Because I want shit to feel chaotic just for a moment, for you to be like, what the fuck is happening? Right? This is it's nice and gentle. It's like, oh, it's boppy, it's groovy. Yeah, I like K-pop. And then we're like, you know what? Fuck K-pop. Right? That's kind of the apex of that moment. Is like, you know what? Everything you thought you knew about K-pop, you're fucking wrong. That's the whole idea of it. This is why I love video game music, because it gives me a chance to just go balls to the walls. Did 1010's abilities came first and had adapt, or music shaped the boss fight? Good question. So, pretty for almost all. I don't like the Shaq. Dude, that is me. That Shaq meme is like, it's like that is me to the song sometimes. Dead ass. So good question. The answer to that is the 1010. Most of the music was written first, and then the levels and battle actions were reflected on what we wrote for the music. There's a little bit of give and take here and there, but by and large, I wrote the song to have a certain attack pattern, and then they went with it, just rolled with it. By the way, I don't know if I said Solid Kira. Thanks so much for the follow. Gradongui. I feel like I'm sounding like all like ethnic. Gradongui. Thanks so much for the follow, man. I love how passionate our music. Yeah, I mean, music's fun. If like video game music is fucking fun. That's why, like, when I became a DJ, I was like, I'm gonna DJ video game music and make people go apeshit at cons, because that to me is like I just have this passion for. Let me be real with you guys. I have this passion of mine. I would love people to get shit-faced to video game music. That's the goal. You know, and I'm being a little dramatic as like nightclub shit, but like that, it's fun. If I can get people to fucking go off to Mario music, I think that's kind of cool. Just saying. I think it's kind of cool. Hey, Kino, what's up? Fuck K-pop. Good. You better tweet it. You better tweet and share and retweet this whole thing. How does it feel that the Versailles film got 1 million views? I fucking love it, dude. That was so out of nowhere. And like, I kind of saw it coming. I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna get 1 million plays soon. So I'm really happy. I'm really happy, and I'm really grateful for everyone who's enjoying the music. To be honest, I'll truly honest with this one. I didn't think people would like Sanyu as much as they did. That came out of nowhere. You better. You know what? You better fucking tweet it. You better. You know what? It's a challenge. I'm challenging my chat. You know, if we're gonna be a healthy chat, we need to challenge each other to be better. Listen to soundtrack, love it. Thanks so much. Hey gamers, hi Falk. Hi Falk again. We stand K-Tub Teletubbies. Oh my God, I didn't recognize that, and then someone pointed out, and I was like, this is hilarious and amazing. I fucking love the fact this is K-Pop Teletubbies. Good, you better do it right now. Okay. Sly Cooper. Oh my God, don't talk about K-Pop Twitter. It's a death sentence. I know. Let me just have my last moments of death. You know what? If I die, at least just like and subscribe. You know, at least I know that people followed me to my death. You know, isn't that what the internet's for? To celebrate my death for the greater good of the internet. The soundtrack in both slaps. Thank you. I got my friends in the game because of the songs. Good. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I'm a simp for Sayu. Well, aren't we all? Funk Fiction. Yes, we temp mute, but we are temp mute. Temp mute. What does that mean, Funk Fiction? Also, hi Funk Fiction. What up? Everyone, it's Funk Fiction in the chat. Go follow him. Go give him love. He DJs all the time, and he's great. He's an awesome musician. Give him all the love all the time. And if you know us already, Ball Falk is all here. Also, Falco Young. Give him love too. Everyone's here. Just here to draw. Thanks so much for the follow. Princessable. Prince Sable. I'm stupid. Princessable. Go me, James. Dude, yeah, dude. Funk Fiction, like, dude. I'm sorry. For Gary's stream, like, he was like, dude, this music's amazing. I'm like, yeah, all of it is Funk Fiction. He's fucking amazing. He's so good. God, all you guys are so good. Andy's here too. Where's Andy? Andy, get your ass out here, dude. Fucking show yourself. We're all here. We're all hanging out. Right? Funk Get out of here. And we're fucking bopping. Yeah, dude. Dude, this whole school, the whole gig's here. Is that Iris? Is that who I think it is? Iris. How often do you get that, Iris? Like, what are you fighting for? I hope we get Mega Flare. What up, Mega Flare? Everyone, Mega Flare is here too. Mega Flare is a dope musician, great DJ, and a good gamer. If you go follow him, he DJs all the time on Tiny Wave streams. Yeah, give him some love. Anyways, dude, look at this. Everyone's just all coming through. I love this so much. The pudding consumes all. Sure, damn it does. The boy band yelling, singing, elevate the song for me. Seiyu's new Hatsune Miku. Dude, she better be. Dude, I want VTuber Seiyu. I want Nikki Simmons to be a new VTuber and just to sing her ass off and play video games. That's what you should. Nikki, if you're in the chat, let's talk. Let's do some cool shit. Yesterday I was in class. Yeah, dude, Squat is coming through. Squat is coming through, baby. Yeah, dude. Yesterday I was in class listening to Versa 1010. I didn't realize I was unmuted when I was making noise along the We I hope you were just in class like, load and shoot! Hey, yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Man, there's so much love in this chat. I really appreciate this. If you were to mesh keyword with Simple Crazy, yeah, what? There you go. By the way, I want to talk about this cool moment that no one's going to appreciate but like me and like Funk Fiction, that's it maybe. So if you'll notice, this sequence right here, it's not the same. I just did it. Good, you better tweet it. If you just notice, I did this just a little different. It's like, dun, dun. Right? I want just a little, I just want a little something. It's so meaningless. It probably would have made no difference, but I just fucking love how it goes from like, so originally it goes, actually make the sound right here. It goes originally from, oops, right? It has that, and then I do it something different. I fucking love that. I love it just, it's like, ugh, here's something a little different. There's something like, I'm just teasing you with more goodies. Yeah, so for everyone in the chat, if you're like, James, what the fuck are those chords? I am a musician, what the fuck are those chords? So it's a modulation sequence, meaning that we're in C minor, then we're in F minor, then we're in G minor, A flat minor, B flat minor. And so if you do modulations in your music, you can create some really, really cool chordal moments, right? And so we're going from, hey, WG101, thank you so much for the follow, man. Right, so modulations are the shit in music. It's like really cool advanced shit. And all I'm doing is taking a minor chord and being like, nah, this minor chord. Nah, that minor chord. Tori PNG, thank you so much. Right, and I did it again the next sequence. So I change it. So we go from C, F, G, A flat, B flat. Now we go C, F, G, A, B flat. The pudding consumes all. Thank you so much for the follow, man. James, we'll get mad, but I use 1010 on my 3D animation demo reel for college. No, that's great. Fucking do that. Hope you get an A, dude. Yeah, dude, Sayu chords, right? Right. Well, we're gonna do Sayu next week. Sayu's for next week. Stay tuned. Spoilers. I don't put the. No, you didn't, but that's why I love it. Like Andy, no. I love that you did. You did just straight opposite thing. Like you just did. Right? Crustacean fungus. That's very tasty. Thank you for the follow. Hell yeah. No, you're good. There's actually fiction. If you're still here, I have a bone to pick. There's one melody in the City Streets in your pop remix of the City Streets. Sly Elock 18 Cooper. You have a melody. It goes like it goes da 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 da. That shit. You have a different note in that sequence, and I'm like, oh, he changed it. Why did you do that? I like it a lot actually. I was like, ooh, but I was like, I have a bone to pick with you. You changed the melody. How could you? Night Ray, whoa. Night Ray, oh, whoa. Thank you so much for the follow. It's a little still tickle, a little something. Oh man, this is ridiculous. Hell yeah. I'll stop arguing that, but Poppy Streets came on before 10 Steam, influenced later. So fun fact, the Poppy Streets that he did, we wrote that music like I think like last minute. It was one of the last songs we made for the game. It was I think one of the few songs we made like this year. So that came at the very end. Bro, but keep spinning things. I love how 1010 becomes Terminators halfway through the fight. Dude, I'm electrifying. Exactly. And I love how, actually, I didn't know they were going to do this. They added the EDM version of the song for phase 2 and 3. I think that's really cool. I didn't know they were going to do that. Yeah, dude, I hope you guys are enjoying this. I want to do more of this. And like I said, Seiyu will be next week, and we'll go through Seiyu. You know, we'll just kind of roll through that. I wonder if Nikki would do something like this. I would love to have Nikki on the stream sometime. That'd be great. She's crushing it. Yeah, dude, this is the Skull Squad part. That's all it's all about, right? It's kind of relegated to music production to now just me being like, hey, I like you. Hey, I like you too. Oh my god, no way. Wow. Yeah, I would love to get Nikki on here for a stream. I think I'll do some streams with her at some point, but I'll talk to her. But yeah, so like this whole thing is just like out of control. Modulations are the shit. I use modulations all the time, right? Like that's all modulation. That's just cool chord, same value, right? A lot of dance music actually uses modulations. They don't even realize it because they, back in the day in the 90s, it was like, here's a chord sample. It's like, here's my chord sample, right? Right, you hear that in every dance song ever in the 90s because that's just modulation. It's the same concept. It's just minor chord, oops, minor chord, minor chord. Because they had a minor chord sample that they just would play on like their drum or whatever, on like their drum pad. And that's why you'd have that kind of music. Just because of the tech and how they were, what's the word I'm looking for? Fuck it. But that's why it's like that, right? So modulations are the shit. And you can do it with not just minor chords, but with major chords, right? Right, you heard that probably often in other music too. Actually, I like that too. Anyways, modulations are great. If you just change the root note and keep the chord value, the major or minor, you can do some cool ass moments. I really would like to know the process of Nicki's vocal modulation. Aha. Stay tuned next week. Wait, were you not aware of the EDM rock versions before starting? No, we were aware that they were existing, but I didn't know that the EDM version was going to be prevalent in the phase 3 of that because they were changing things all the time. I would love all the music team to add some commentary on the music. That'd be great. I mean, so, hey guys, if you're all still here, I would love to do a stream where we all kind of do a little roundhouse discussions on the music. How does that sound, everybody? Yeah, let's do that. Hell yeah. We should do that. I'm down. I hope everyone else is down. We'll just kind of just goof off and be like, hey man, I like that one chord you did. Thanks man, I like that one chord you did. Or you'll be like, hey James, fuck you. I'll be like, okay. Or it could be that. Oh my gosh, it's so stupid. Yeah, I'm trying to think. So while I'm here, like, is anyone else? I've gone through. Will there be tequila? There better be. If people in the chat are like, hey, I want to figure out how to make this thing, or I want to know what the hell you did in that part, like, I can go back now. I pretty much went through the entire song, more or less, you know, over the past 2 hours. But like, we can just kind of just like dig deep into other shit. Fuck it. It's true. Damasen, baby. Go. But yeah, even the drums, right? Like the drums, the drums are the kind of. I think the drums are the weakest part. I definitely didn't like. Kino, what the solution is? Jaeger tequila. That sounds kind of disgusting, but I'll do it. I'll do it for you. The drums are kind of the most boring, basic part. Not boring, but they're just the most basic. I think that the bass and the writing are like the more interesting. Like, here's all the cool shit I did, and the drums just like. There we go. Right, it's pretty standard, like the standard stuff. Like the drums are just like Control C here, Control V here, V here, V here. What Sonic related stuff have you worked on? Officially, nothing. But Bald Falk has. He worked on Sonic Mania Plus and Sonic Mania as well. He is the only legit one. I have worked on Sonic fan games. Tubular Paru. Tubular Paru. Thank you so much for the follow. Hell yeah. Yes. Falk has worked on Sonic games. He's the real gamer. I am the fan game gamer. But also Falk has also worked on fan games because he's the shit. Yeah. Someday. You know, come on, Sonic. Hit me up, baby. You know my email. You know where I live. I worked on shooting them now. Sign the check, Sega. We're all fans of. It's true though. How was it working? How was working the approach? Oh, good question. So the approach is basically for this. I wonder if I can pull that up right now. Actually, go. Let's pull it up right now. If my computer won't cry in the process. Let's go to K-pop. Do I even have it here? Do I have it here? No, I don't. I'm sorry. I actually don't have it on that one. Because all this time one chat, dude, you're the best, man. Also, is that Mel Sonic? Fuck yeah. Dude, this is why I knew we would be I knew we would click, dude, because as soon as I start hearing Sonic references, I'm like, oh, this guy knows. This guy knows it's good. Like, if you fuck with the music to what we write, like, you clearly, we're on the same wavelength as a person. But yeah, so the approach music basically was like just taking the ideas from like phase 1 and phase 2 and kind of stripping it into a whole different compositional idea. Not idea, but just rearranging things, right? Because we want to create a sense of, you know, approach. Like, as you closer to the final boss, or the boss in this case, you know, you have a sense of progression, a sense of growth. You know, so not too much of the whole thing. Basically, I'm like, cool, here's the sounds to the phase 1 and phase 2, and now I'm just going to kind of recontextualize it for an approach context. It's kind of like if I wrote the song differently for this moment. So you Falk and basically all worked on before and after the sequel. Heh. Can't forget DJ Maxi. Yo, Maxi though, totally underrated. He needs to come through for a game. I would love to get him on more game projects. Out of Sight, thank you so much for the follow. That Duon? I almost said demon. Hey guys, thank you so much for the follow. Man, so many follows. I'm trying to keep up. I found the target. Trying to keep up. There exists an original version of the approach music which should never hear the light of day. It sure shouldn't, but you know, we could leak it on the stream. Hell yeah. I'll leave a screen when you hear the Poppy City Streets. Like, this is just Sonic music. Honestly, Melmars, this is just Sonic music could just be applied to most of the music to our game. Dude, when Gary played, dude, I gotta be honest with you, dude. When you play the Sonic Adventure 2 music at the end, like, all of the devs just fucking lost their minds. Because it's just perfect. it was such a beautiful moment, and I still go back to that clip. It's oh dude, they were popping off. You have to understand, when I heard that, I was like, I didn't even know. When I came into your chat at the very end of the stream, when I made that dumb joke of like, oh, we're Sonic Adventure 2, I didn't see that clip yet. And Falk was like, you gotta see this. And I was like, oh shit, that's amazing. Dude, yeah. If Maxi the Man is so underrated. He's just in another level. He's so good. She showed me some Eurobeat music the other day, and I was like, whoa, let's go. Does it feel different making music or a rhythmic game as opposed to a regular game? A little bit different. The broad answer is like, with rhythm games, like, you know, like with beat match games, the music I'm writing literally affects the gameplay. In a game like this, it's more about the mood. So there's still puzzles and kind of puzzle solving or problem solving involved, you know, because you have to be like, how can I make this thing work with this remix to work with this remix, right? It's a different way of puzzles, a different way of problem solving. Can't talk because I'm talking so fast. And a rhythm game, it's like, okay, if I want some crazy ass, you know, 16th note line because I want to write a dope boss song for this rhythm game, I gotta be like, you know, oh, I can't even play right now because the drums are not even showing the thing, right? Where it gotta be like all crazy, like, and then you have like, ooh, this is cool beat match music now. Yeah, dude. Fuck, don't give me more ideas, man. Hey, Elvisa, how are you doing? Good to see you. I was talking about you earlier because someone was like, ooh, someone should do a should do a Pokemon stream. And I was like, I'm not gonna do that. You should go follow Elvisa for a Pokemon stream. By the way, go follow Elvisa. She's a great streamer, a good friend of mine. Go follow her. My grammar is low-key sucking today. No, you're good. No, you're fine. I understand you all of them. You no problem. Do you have any favorite boss in the game? Musically speaking, I think 1010 is my favorite song. Compositionally speaking, I think aesthetically, I love Sayu the most though. But of ones that I worked on. But honestly, like, if it was just like my favorite of everything ever, like DJ Subatomic Supernova is like, I think one of the best first levels of, like, aesthetically, I think it's one of the best like first levels of a game. I fucking love it. It really, like, it's, I think, I forgot who said this, but someone was like, it's the Green Hill Zone. Like, Funk Fiction made the Green Hill Zone of music games. He just absolutely just knocked out of the park. The aesthetic is out of the park. It's like so fucking good. The character is so lovable. I think DJ SS should go down as like a great gamer character. Yeah. Some songs sound like Crypt the Necrodancer. Absolutely. Well, I did work on Crypt the Necrodancer. I worked on I forgot which song. It was like so long ago. But I did work on one song for the OC remix, the OC remix version of the game. Arma ZCF, thanks so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Stooping as usual, I see. Do you have a favorite boss in the game? I already answered that question. I'm so like so many thoughts, so many feelings. Earthwake. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else I can really show you guys? Oh my god, all the follows. Hold on. I'm coughing. Too many follows. It's it for me. Boney the Buddy. Thanks so much for the follow. Bob. Stop it. The more follows I get, the more I die. Let me live. Oh, Bob Noodle. You can't stop me. Ace as well, baby. Bob Noodle, thanks for the follow. Vinyl Tiny Joe, thank you so much for the follow. Oh my gosh. Okay. I still have tea. I have cold tea now that's been overbrewed. Okay. Video game music. Shit's crazy, dude. Wait, hold on. I'm getting things in chat and the chat's not refreshing. No, come back. Okay. Alright. I heard that part of the song C Streets and SR, you aren't suck. Oh, you aren't slick. I said you aren't suck. Like, thank you. Damn right I'm not slick. But you know what? I kind of am though. I love Aces Wild. I love, like, basically, I just was like, basically, Aces Wild is like my apex as a 16-year-old composer because that's when I wrote it, and I was like, I was a much better composer when I was 16, so why don't I just take ideas from 16-year-old me and put it into new? Great idea, guys. The fact that you guys know Aces Wild is like kind of mind blowing to me, and honestly, kind of mind blown. It kind of mind blown the developer too, because she didn't know either. Like she was like, "Wait, what? Like people remember this shit?" Like, yeah, I love the little Easter eggs like that. I'm glad that you guys caught it. I'm so glad. Thank you. Yeah, like Aces Wild was just like this kind of like I was 16 years old. I got hit up to do it like on like a random music site that no one knows anymore. It's called macjams.com. I got hit up on macjams.com, if you know what that is. And he was like, "Hey, I'm going to write music for this game." I was like, "Sure. I'm 16. I like video games." And yeah, that was the first time I had a soundtrack that was like my own soundtrack to a video game. It was a really special project to me. And it came out when I was in college, and like the game got some indie success. It was really cool. I never expected anything out of it. Dude, exactly. The military. Wow, you actually know Aces Wild. Let's go, baby. I found it for criminal. Yeah. 19C Sharp, Deep Blues Mix. Exactly. I'm so glad. Thank you. Appreciate it. Ah, man. My throat is just like, ah. My throat's like, no more. Help. More music. Oh, man. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, though. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm really glad that everyone just came through for this out of nowhere. Everyone's really chill and appreciate. Yeah, dude. I know, I gotta keep hydrated. Alex, oh my gosh. Hey, everyone. Dude, everyone's just here. I good to see you, Alex. I know. It sucks, dude. It sucks. I'm gonna get a sub button soon. I think I need to get like 7 streams in, and then I'm allowed to get the stupid affiliate thing, and then I can do a sub button. I know, working on it. Oops. But it's fine. I will continue the stream journey, get my sub button, and then I'll just be an awful streamer and have awful emotes. I'll work on it. No, don't worry about it, Alex. Thank you so much for coming through. Like, it's really cool. Thank you. Oh, man. Make a song out of this live stream and challenge yourself. I dare you. I have done it before. I've done it. I don't like doing it. I don't like making music on stream, to be honest. It's kind of stressful for me. Neon Binary, thank you so much for the follow. What are you streaming next? So on Sundays, I do like kind of like a hangout Q&A kind of thing. So I'll be asking questions, just talking about life, just shooting the shit. So I do that on Sunday mornings, Pacific time. And then next week, I'm not sure what day yet, I'm gonna do a Seiyu stream, and just do that. And I'll go through the Seiyu production of that song. And hey, fuck it. If people want to do other songs, I'll do that too. JJ Ultimo 15, thank you so much for the follow, man. What kind of music do you produce? I produce video game music. Whether it's good or bad, up to you. But video game music, let's go. Oh man. Which hardest song for Woo? What challenges have you? Don't feel difficult. I just spoke like that. Hardest song for Woo? I don't know what that means. What challenges have you? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't speak Uwu or Owo. I always think it's like Owo, or like Owo. Rose Slayer 21. Thanks so much for the follow. Yeah. Sari. Oh man. Are we getting Uwu in the chat now? Oh boy, here we go. I don't speak Uwu. I didn't grow up with Uwu children. Say Uwu. Cyberonics, thank you so much for the follow. Oh my god. No, what have I done? How much information were you given about 10 character wise? A lot actually. So because, Haz and Dime worked really, really hard on the backstories for all the boss characters. That's why like they're actually arguably more interesting than even the main characters, because their lore is just so cool. A lot of it's not even told in the game or like even known. It's just shit for us to kind of hold secret to forever. But so yeah, I got all the backstory. I got all of the the concept art and the visuals and all that stuff. And that was really kind of like the starting point of writing the song, because I wrote the song first with that in mind, and then the gameplay came later. I mean, there can never be too many Seiyu simps. I know. So Elavisa on my Discord, she made a Seiyu emote. So once I'm a subscriber and it can be subscribed to, then we'll get that there, and then we can just spam Seiyu in the chat. It'll be great. But until then, we have to wait 30 days, or until I do 7 streams. I'm not reading that. You want me, soldier? You want me good? Go ahead, finish the job. Okay, you broke the piano. You broke. You know, you're here for my factory, aren't you? Just don't do it then. Do it. Fine, go ahead and break my tools, but know that you will never break my spirit. My throat hurts. I'm taking a sip. I'm hydrating after that. This is what I get. This is what happens. This is what happens when everyone just comes through. This is what the stream I'm like, hey guys, here's this cute little musical idea, and then by hour 2, it's like, well, how will you do it? And I'm like, oh fuck me. Oh damn. Did you have a Game Boy? Like original? Yeah, I had the original Game Boy. Actually, I have a mod one too, which is somewhere lying in my house. Mod one, so I can write music on the actual Game Boy. Good night, Andy. Good to see you, man. Oh, no sweet words. I feel like I feel of all the characters who makes ooh sounds, it's actually Yino. Stop playing the music. Hydrate is to dehydrate. It's true. Well, I'm doing one of those things. I'm clipping all. Ooh, oh my god. Good. Listen. Gaming is finite. Ooh is forever. Supernova. What have you done today, simp? Listen. Spoiler on a future meme I'm gonna post. I'm going to find a way to get the audio of him saying, "What have you done today, simp?" or simpletons, but just the vocal audio, so that way I can put together and be like, "What have you done today, simp?" and then just kind of cuts. Spoiler, I'm gonna make that meme at some point, or someone else can do it. Go ahead, you make it first. I don't care. I just want that meme to exist. I want DJ Subtalk Supernova to get angry while saying simp. What have you done today, Baka? It's not like I like you. It's just looking at planets. Like, it's not like I like you or anything. I want Tsundere DJ Subatomic Supernova. I want Tsundere DJ Subatomic. Yeah, that's true. We should get Uncle Ali. By the way, if you are not following Uncle Ali on Twitter, you absolutely need to do that. The voice actor for Subatomic Supernova he's a Malaysian treasure. You should go through his demo reel, because he has demo reels for like car commercials. It's basically him, but just talking about cars. So he's just like planets in space, but now it's like the car. I can't even do his impression. It's so good. He's so fucking good. I want, yeah, Tsundere Supernova. Give me, Simp Supernova. No, he's so, I would pop off for him. He's so good. What challenges have you experienced during music making? Can I sign it? I mean, absolutely. If in a post-COVID world, I will sign anything. Well, not anything, just enough things. What challenge have you experienced during music making? Honestly, the obvious answer is probably writer's block. Writer's block, used to be really bad for me, and I think for most composers. But for me, I was able to get through writer's block through using markers. The problem with writer's block for most composers is they don't know what to write next. And so for me, I always put markers in my music, right? So I have these markers up top, it says like phase 1, phase 2, right? And sure, like that was still ingrained for this game because we had to follow a structure. But I still do it for every song I ever write. So I'll still have like, intro, verse, chorus, blah, 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 blah. So before I write anything in the music, I will add these markers in. So I always know the song is this length. These are the song sections. And that really gives me a framework of how I'm writing my song. I mean, you're not wrong, Falk. I mean, it's kind of the truth. Wait. Are you saying that Tatiana has a commercial of her talking at an airport? I need this. I need all of the characters to. We need to find all of the wacky demo reels of all the characters. I just want all the bosses or the voice actors to sit in a room and just talk about shit. Oh man. All right, I agree. What's your favorite boss battle gameplay wise? Gameplay wise, I would say Yinu, or Subatomic Supernova. Like I said earlier, I think Subatomic Supernova is a great boss battle and it's just a great vibe, a great music. It's like, it really summarizes like what No Straight Roads is in level. I think it's really good. At Zam FM. Yeah, dude, I'm so down. Right? Let's do it. I want Zam FM. Please do it. SR but out content for the clips, right? Big bro Nintendo. You didn't want that eye? Big bro Nintendo. Thanks so much for the follow, man. Appreciate it. Oh man, this is ridiculous. How does DJs eat ice cream pops with no mouth? I mean, isn't it obvious? Yeah. What have you done today, Simpleton? I want Ice Cream Man. Like, I want Ice Cream Man Supernova. I just want him in like in an ice cream outfit. You know, has like he just drives around in a truck. Dude, Supernova as an ice cream truck man would be awesome. It just had like the song, but it's like it has like the song of him, but it's just in an ice cream truck jingle. I'd be like, oh shit, ice cream, fuck yeah. We 3D boy is now following. Thank you so much for the follow. NSR Instagram says DJSS eats popsicles just like everyone else does. That's true, right? Can't agree with that one. My birthday's coming up soon. I'm so nervous right now. Well, happy birthday. Hope we get some ice cream or otherwise an awesome gift that's not ice cream. Maybe something even better. By the way, hot take, ice cream cake is better than regular cake. Sorry, I don't make the rules. They're just better. Carvel cake is delicious. It sure is. It sure is better than real cake. All right. What's better? What's better than ice cream cake? Prove it. It is absolutely not a waste of time. It is fucking delicious. It's so good. Anytime I like cake, cheesecake is not cake. It is hardly a fucking cake. Cheesecake is like, it's like a casserole thing. It's a sweet casserole. It's not cake. Absolutely ridiculous. I thought, listen, chat, I thought we were gonna have something special together. I thought we would have this relationship and we could bond together and kind of grow old together. But no, you have to be all like, no, cheesecake though, guys. I'm like, yeah, cool. What? You think pound cake's real cake too? It's just a fucking muffin. It's a bald ass muffin. Unbelievable. Confectionery. Don't give me. Got a load of this. Trace Legends is pretty fire. I'll tell you that much. But still, ice cream cake is the best. Ginger, God, Ginger, Ganger Puppy. Thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate it, dude. Right? Good. We should all talk about cake because cake is really, really good. I wish I had cake right now. Fuck. I should go. So there's a bakery down the block from me called 86 Degrees, I believe. It is so good. Is it 86 degrees? I always forget which degree it is. It's like 85, 86. Fuck it. Anyways, there's a degree. There's a degree. There's a cake place next to me, and I might just go get some cake after this because fuck all this. I earned some goddamn cake. Just cause it has a cake in the name doesn't mean it's cake. Yes, it does. Well, no, it doesn't. No, pancakes are not cake. I agree. Thank you. All right, you know what? We should have all right, Gary. When someday I want us to have a debate stream. We're gonna have a debate team. I want you get your 3 favorite cake aficionados. I'll get my 3 ice cream aficionados, and we're gonna fight to the death. We're gonna fight for honor and glory, and the winner gets to buy the other person. I think the winner of that debate should buy the other team that cake. Right? I think we should do it. What? All right, tell me. So please, indulge me. Okay. Ice cream. Fine. That's good. Me too. I like both those things. Whole Foods Chantilly, baby. You are so... What? Listen, have you ever had a Carvel cake? Do you know how delicious our Carvel cake is? I don't think you have. How about that? Hold on. Hear me out. Time out. Okay, so if you think like the Carvel ice cream cakes are bad, is ice cream separate with cake separate as a meal together? Is that acceptable? Because that's kind of fire too. Like chocolate cake with vanilla ice cream kind of fucks. It kind of fucks. Listen, no it doesn't. Cake is dry. And then you have the soupy, yummy, vanilla-y thing to make it nice and all, like, delicious. What? Dude, have you ever had a baked Alaska? Unbelievable. I thought I was wrong. I thought we'd be understand each other. I thought we could be something. If you cook in states, bro. Wait, what? Cake is dry, dude. It's like this, like, you listen. All right, you bake me a moist cake. Show me a moist cake. I'll show you a happy guy. All right, I'll show you a happy fucking gamer if you show me a good cake. It's supposed to be moist, but it's not. It's like every time, like some like whenever like my family, I go to like family party, and then there's like. We bought here's our cake we bought from the local store. It's really good. It's like the frosting tastes like too much frosting, like kind of like that like fancy professional frosting. The cake tastes like fucking like I don't know. It's kind of crumbly. Like it's like too much. Like you know what? Listen, can we agree on this? That box cake is better than like homemade cake. Can we agree on this as much? Like box cake is kind of fire. No, because my mom made box cakes and they're delicious. I'm sure. Just listen. Just like how certain foods are supposed to be this, but I have never tried one. You show me a good cake, I'll show you a good gamer. It's very simple, guys. I do like melty ice cream with my cake. Fine. Dude, but let's be real though. Like cheesecake is. Can we agree that cheesecake is not cake? It's basically a pie. The same way that like key lime pie is a fucking pie. It's the same thing. Oh, it's not. It's not in a. It's not. It's okay. Good. Thank you. I agree. We have reached the apex of solidarity. All right. If your cake's fuck, I'm there, and I know I can get there because Florida is just as bad as California, so no one's gonna care about COVID. We're good. I think it can. I think Real Velvet Cake can count. I think it can. I'm bringing cake to the NSR stream. You, dude, listen. Funk fiction, cake and tequila sounds like that is that. If you want to take me out on a good first date, that's how you make a man happy. Ice cream cake and tequila. I love that we're just going off a cake for like 10 minutes. It's so stupid. This is where we go. Listen, guys, this is just listen. This is just a no straight rocky roads. That's ice cream cake. Guys, you could just say the cake is, listen, the music is caked in, right? Aren't I a great streamer? This is what you're following me for. You're following me for awful jokes as my viewer count starts to dwindle. Rip. All right. Here's what we're going to do. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. At some point, when COVID is over, I don't know when. I don't have a crystal ball. Maybe you do. If you have a crystal ball that tells me when COVID's over, let's talk. But when COVID's over, and we can go back to normalcy again, we're going to have a meetup. Let's have a meetup at MagFest. If you don't know what MagFest is, look it up. We're going to have a meetup at MagFest. We're going to throw a cake party, and then we're going to have a contest of what's the best cake in the room. And that can be the de facto decayco of everything. We'll have a cake party and decide which cake is the best. as a collective. Everyone chat's invited. If you're in this chat, if you're invested in this cake dialogue, you may be invited to this exclusive cake party. Oh, I need to stand up. By the way, standing desk or fire. Oh man, my back is like fucked. Dendy! Hey, at GameFest there will be a simultaneous. I'm down. Good to see you, Dendy. By the way, Dendy Crew is here. He writes music for rhythm games. He's awesome. Go follow him. He wrote music for Naoki's game, Seven's Code. He's a good one. The Dendy Crew. Whew. I want a cake off. Yeah, let's have a cake off. Let's have a party. I want a cake party. I don't know why. When I said cake party, I immediately just thought of the fucking cake farts video from like 10 years ago. Is there? Sorry, everyone. I am 5 years old. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Shall we, chat? At GameFest there is stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Oh boy, this is stupid. Mason! Mason? Yeah, Mason 2012. Is that like calling 2012, but in an alternate timeline where it's Mason now? Thank you so much for the follow, dude. Appreciate it. Alright, at some point, I need to end the stream. It's been like over 2 hours, and my mouth is dry, much like the cake I eat. So I need to drink some water so I can have some cake maybe. Alright, yeah. I think I'm gonna call it for this one. But this has been the most fun I've had in a long time on stream. I really enjoy this. Thank you everyone for coming through, and I'm glad that we end this conversation on something totally unrelated to this whole gaming and music shit. This is what it's all about. So you guys are awesome. Thanks so much for coming through, and I'll be back on Sunday. I'm just gonna talk some bullshit. So if you want to talk about bullshit on stream, if you want to keep this cake conversation coming, see you Sunday, gamers. All right. I'll see you guys later. See you later, Alligamer. Also, go me for not fixing my stupid end screen. Way to go, James. Good night, everyone. Goodbye and good night. I'm a bad streamer. See you later. Goodbye. It's fine. It's fine. Goodbye.